Hello everyone, in this video we will be talking about one of the cloud services known as CloudFront. So it is basically a service that speeds up distribution of your static and dynamic web content such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript and image files to your users. When a user requests content that you are serving with your CloudFront, the request is routed to edge locations that have been created by the CloudFront, which provides the lowest latency to the user so that the content is delivered with best possible format. Now, as it is quite clear on what CloudFront does, let us look at its working. So in this example, we will connect CloudFront to an S3 bucket and see how it delivers the content that is made live through S3. So here, to avoid any delays, I've already created an S3 bucket which you can see on the screen. So this is my S3 bucket to which I have given a public access by changing few of its permissions. So here I've given a public access and also I've changed some bucket policies over here. So this is my bucket policy which needs to be edited and pasted. So after doing that, all your content inside this bucket will be publicly live and your users can access this content using the URLs which have been given. So when you click on this image, you will get an object URL. So if you copy this object URL, if you try to paste it and access it, this image will be accessible to all your users using this URL. So now we'll go to CloudFront. So using CloudFront, we will do two things. That is, firstly, we will avoid this access through this URL. We will only give the access to CloudFront and users will only be able to access this image through the CloudFront URL. And the other thing which we will do is reduce the latency. So I have made this bucket in Canada and I'll try to access this image from Mumbai as I'm sitting in Mumbai currently, and this content is stored in Canada. So we'll see to it how it works. So for that we'll search for CloudFront. You will get this link, so you need to click on that. After clicking on this, I've already created one CloudFront, so I'll show you a new one by clicking on create distribution. So through this, firstly we need to select an origin, which means that where your content will we will get your content from. So for this we have created an S3 bucket, so we'll select this. After selecting it, you will get a name which is auto generated over here. Now the next thing is origin access. So how you want to access this origin, like the S3 bucket which we have given over. So do you want your users to access it directly? If no, then you need to select the second one, which states that only this CloudFront will be able to access the S3 bucket and none of your users will have a direct access to that S3 bucket. So we have selected this setting and we will select an origin access control here. So I have created two origin access previously, so I'll select one of them. If not, you can go to this create control settings and you can have a name which is auto generated, or you can give your own name and then click on this create button. And then after doing it, you can select it from the drop down as it will appear over here. So this is how we have changed the origin access. After doing this, we need to update the bucket policy as well, but this bucket policy will be generated once you have created this CloudFront, so we need to wait for that. After that, there are some additional settings like how many connection attempts, after how many connection attempts it will fail, or what is the timeout condition, all of that. Also, you can select all these settings like do you want to redirect it to secure connection, or you want only HTTPS or HTTP and both. Also, you can select the HTTP methods over here, and you can also select few other settings like where you want your edge locations to be. Do you want it to be in some specific region? So if your users are present in some specific regions, you can go for these settings, or you can use all edge locations as given here. So we'll keep all these settings as it is and we will simply click on create distribution. So once you click on this, you will be prompted to this screen. So it shows that we have successfully created new distribution and we need to update the bucket policy. So from here you can copy the policy, you can open your S3 bucket. I'll open it on the other thing, and from here we'll go to the S3 bucket which we have already created. So you can click on this S3 bucket. You can then go to the bucket which you have already created, then the permissions, and here you can edit the bucket policy. So I'll remove this and I'll copy paste the new one. So through this we are saying that only CloudFront should be able to access this content of the S3 bucket, and no user can access the content. So we'll save the changes. We'll go to the bucket now. We'll refresh it once. Then we will go to the bucket which we have created and the image that we want to access. Now we will copy the object URL. We'll try to access this. So once you refresh this, you can see that you are not able to access the content. Firstly, have shown the image because we have already accessed this URL firstly, so that's why it was showing the image. But when you refresh it, you won't be able to access it. Now this image will only be accessible using the CloudFront distribution domain. So here we have got this distribution domain. So now we'll copy that. We will check for the distributions over here if it has been enabled or not. Now this shows that it is being deploying yet. So to like avoid any further delay, I'll go to the previous one which I've created, and then I'll try to copy the distribution name. So as we have copied this URL, we'll try to paste it over here, and after pasting it, we need to provide the image name, which is this. So new image.jpg. So we'll write this over here, and we'll try to access this website. So when you load it for the first time, it took little bit of time to get loaded, and once you try to access this website or this URL again, sorry, not website but the URL, so it will be loaded quickly, because now here this distribution have created an edge location in Mumbai, and from that edge location it is sending us the response. So we will get the response in a quicker way now. So this is all about CloudFront.